The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is a long-standing conflict between the State of Israel and the Palestinian people over land, resources, and political control in the region. The conflict has its roots in the late 19th and early 20th century, when Jews began immigrating to Palestine, then a part of the Ottoman Empire, with the goal of establishing a Jewish homeland there. After World War I, the League of Nations granted Britain a mandate over Palestine, which included present-day Israel, the West Bank, and Gaza Strip. In 1947, the United Nations recommended the partition of Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, but the proposal was rejected by the Arab nations, and fighting broke out between Jews and Arabs in the region. In 1948, Israel declared its independence, and neighboring Arab states launched a war to prevent the establishment of a Jewish state. Israel emerged victorious, but the war resulted in the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, who became refugees. This event is known among Palestinians as the Nakba, or catastrophe. The conflict has continued for decades, with multiple wars and violent clashes between Israelis and Palestinians. The core issues of the conflict include the status of Jerusalem, the borders of Israel and a future Palestinian state, the right of return for Palestinian refugees, and the security of Israelis and Palestinians. The Masjid al-Aqsa issue is a long-standing dispute between Palestinians and Israelis over the control and access to the holy site located in Jerusalem, which is known as Al-Aqsa Mosque or Haram al-Sharif to Muslims, and as the Temple Mount to Jews. The issue is rooted in history and religion, as the site is considered to be one of the most sacred places in the world for both Jews and Muslims. Jews believe that the site is where the first and second temples once stood, while Muslims believe that it is the place where Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven during his night journey. Currently, Israel controls access to the site and has imposed restrictions on Palestinian Muslims from entering and praying at the mosque. This has caused tensions and sparked protests and clashes between Palestinian worshippers and Israeli security forces. Efforts to resolve the conflict have included peace talks, negotiations, and agreements between Israel and the Palestinian leadership. However, these efforts have been largely unsuccessful, and the conflict remains unresolved. Today, Israel occupies the West Bank and has imposed a blockade on the Gaza Strip, while Palestinians continue to demand an independent state with East Jerusalem as its capital. The conflict remains one of the most contentious and complex in the world, with no easy solutions. There have been numerous allegations of human rights violations and atrocities committed by Israeli forces against Palestinians, particularly in the occupied territories of the West Bank and Gaza Strip. These allegations include extrajudicial killings, torture, arbitrary detention, demolition of Palestinian homes and property, and use of excessive force against unarmed protesters. The Israeli military has been accused of using live ammunition and other lethal force against Palestinian protesters, including children, who are often unarmed and posing no immediate threat. These actions have resulted in numerous deaths and injuries. Israeli settlements in the West Bank, which are illegal under international law, have also been a source of human rights abuses. Palestinians have reported incidents of settlers attacking them and their property, often with the support of the Israeli military. Settler violence has been a persistent issue in the West Bank, and it has been criticized by many human rights organizations. Additionally, there have been allegations of mistreatment and abuse of Palestinian prisoners in Israeli detention centers, including reports of torture, solitary confinement, and denial of access to legal representation. These allegations have been documented and condemned by many human rights organizations, including Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch. However, Israeli authorities have denied these allegations and argue that they are necessary measures to maintain security in the region. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe our channel.